How's it going, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I want to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Mark, Professional Alcoholic, Ryzen, Isaac London, Brendan Wells, Julian Hernandez, Robert Roll, Ronald Coyote, Elijah Moffat, Meme Review, Melly Mel, Alexander Vertinsky, Aiden Shelton, Kasicle, Rin Naru, Tenebris Narud, Oki, Alpha Nightmare 666, Cole Lowe, Ace Attorney Fan 621, Abigail Stemper, Ali Mocha, Scratch Addict, Tentacles, Scar X Scar, John Doe, Tyler B, ZK, Apprentice, Smite Me God, Megs Wild, Quinn Woods, Jibin, Alec, The Names Do, Kleiner Toaster, Epic Binge Watcher, CTH, King Jester, Stated Whale, Ethan Paragoy, and Charlotte. And as always, I'd like to give a shout out to our executive producers, Bevan Brummett, Hades Belt, Tavon, and Alaskan Josh 98. Thank you all very much for your support. And if you want to become a Patreon supporter, click the link in the description to find out more. We'll see you there. Tally ho, lads!
Lightsaber time, baby.
Use the Force, young Padawan. Oh my god!
Here we go, by God.
Yeah, we got ourselves a...
Dead quick.
Wow, of all the days for you to pick to come back, and it's the day they release a new death battle. I mean, yeah. Hi everyone, look who's back. Hey, it's Micah. He's
I was in the bathroom for a really long time.
Yeah, I mean honestly, man. Hey, double dragons, man, they'll get you.
Slippery Pete. I forgot.
Dang it. Slippery Pete.
I forgot. I told you guys about that.
I can't unhear that now. Like I use that all the time.
I mean, the IT Crowd is just a great show anyway. But
I've got a hot hair. Oh, it's such a. I was watching highlights of it the other day, and I was like, "Wow, they had so many good bits on this."
so I didn't make the connection. Not to bring old Greg up again.
Oh, no.
I didn't realize that Noel Felding was old Greg, and I made the connection later because that was years ago, where like end of high school, that was kind of all the rage, and then fast forward, I watched the IT Crowd, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
the guy in the basement's old Greg.
Just need a minute there. We almost never see him again.
He disappeared for a while, and he came back and did like the little Goth the Voss thing, and
yeah.
what was his name? Richard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Dude, that show. I just remember the one episode where the police are coming around, and it's just like, Moss, it's the police. We need to hide. It's like, hold on, and he pushes them up against the wall. He starts kissing him, and the cop yells out the window. It's like, get a room, you puffs.
Well, that was why I started watching Into the Shadows, because Renham plays Laszlo in that show.
yeah.
Or What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
I fucking love that show.
Yeah, Nick's probably one of Nick's
Laszlo's
favorite
probably my
shows.
favorite character, honestly.
That the Jackie Daytona episode was just...
She speaks the bullshit. My favorite one.
Again,
Jackie Daytona, normal human bartender.
the fact that show and that movie comes from the mind of Taika Waititi and Jermaine Clement,
Yep.
I love it so much. Just how are those guys able to just come up with some of the most hilarious setups ever? It's literally just the comedy writes itself. I see you over there, Vega, trying to blend in behind that chair. Yeah, Vega's down here and he's trying to be all stealthy and shit. He's like, yeah, y'all can't see me because I can't see you. We'll leave him be. But Harley Quinn versus Jinx. So Quinn and I just finished watching, we finished watching it a while ago, but we just released the final episode of Arcane, our reaction to it, and I was a bit miffed of how it ended because it, again, I'm not saying I hate cliffhangers, but of that level with everything that was going on. I'm just like, no, I want more, please. And thankfully we are getting another season, but it's looking like it might be 2023 or 2024 by the time we get another season.
Oof.
Why? Why must we wait?
So I shouldn't watch it.
No, watch it. It's worth it. Micah, I'm trying to talk Micah into watching
I mean,
it.
people told me it's great and I should watch it,
Oh,
but
tremendous.
maybe I should just wait to watch it till they release more.
No, trust me, you'll want to watch it. It is definitely worth it.
There are certain things where people can tell me like over and over and over again that it's amazing and that I should watch it and stuff, and yet my level of interest still sits at 0 and never goes
And that's
up.
fine.
Like, and
that's fine.
That's one of those things, and I'm just like, I don't care at all.
See, I was the same way with certain things. I was the same way with isekai anime, and then there was one isekai, Jobless Reincarnation. I watched it, and oh my god, that is a genius show. You want to know why it's so good? It's because it's literally the first ever isekai. It's the first one ever, and it set all the standards for like all the tropes that you see now. You know what an isekai is?
That's where you die and you wake up in another world?
Yeah, basically. It started to really take off with Sword Art Online, because that's sort of a pseudo isekai, but yeah, like you either get reincarnated or you fall asleep one night and you just wake up in a new world, or fantasy world or whatever. And it's been done to death right now, and I'm glad there's at least one isekai that I can say is good, Jobless Reincarnation. But it again, that's neither here nor there. League of Legends is a game I am not even remotely interested in. I love Arcane. Arcane is a genius show.
Yeah, going into this, I don't really know anything about League of Legends.
And that's fine.
Other than it's really popular, and I know some of the character names because you see them a lot.
It's a MOBA, and it's not worth sinking hours of your life into. People who play League of Legends say, if you say you hate League of Legends, we know. We understand.
Literally, like, one of my favorite memes I saw when the show came out, they're like, just so you all know, if you go and watch Arcane and it inspires you to go play League of Legends because you're interested in learning more lore, don't. Because you're not going to learn any more lore. You will get called a racial slur, though.
Yes.
There's that.
Quite a lot. Quite a bit, actually.
It's been a while since I've been called a good racial slur.
Guess maybe you need to play League of Legends then.
Well, I guess my mind has changed, everyone.
That was a good one, Mike. Damn it. So, Death Battle is back, and they're doing Harley Quinn versus Jinx for their season opener. Pretty sure this is because it's on the heels of two franchises having big releases right now. League of Legends with Arcane, Harley Quinn being from Batman. The new Batman movie just came out, which me and Micah have seen, and we both love. Nick still hasn't seen it yet. We'll probably have to make that a movie day thing. Like, you and me go watch it sometime. But, yeah. So, anyway.
So, everyone peer pressure Nick in the comments to go watch the Batman.
Yes. So.
Well, I want to see it. I just haven't had time or money.
Oh, trust me, I understand.
Oh,
I only saw it
kinda
Saturday.
Damn.
Like, what's today?
My mom wants
Today's
to see
Monday.
it.
So I saw it 2 days ago.
Yeah, my mom wants to see it. Yeah. She's really excited to see it. Need to take her to like a matinee. She needs something good to have, because have you heard the whole thing with my mom? What's going on with her? She had a knee replacement.
Oof.
And it has gone horrible because turns out she's allergic to the metal that they use. And they've had to do currently 6 surgeries to try and fix it. And the doctor, instead of putting a new material in there to help alleviate the allergic reaction, no, he just put a new one in with the exact same material. And Mom basically is going to another doctor now to basically.
Here's what I've found out growing up. I always assumed that doctors were smart because of but There are a lot of bad doctors out there. Mm-hmm. They somehow made it through med school. They qualified for it, but they're not smart.
No.
And they're very dangerous.
Yes.
And it scares me.
And mom has made it abundantly clear, once she gets this new doctor, which she's going in for the second opinion on April 2nd. Yeah, April 2nd, I think. She is basically, after she has her surgery with him, and they put the new replacement in with the new material, which they're talking about making the metal inside of it gold, or gold. It seems like she does not have an allergic reaction to that.
Yeah, I mean, usually like that stuff is like what, like titanium or something?
This one, it's I forget what kind it is, what kind of metal that they use in it, but she's basically just done trying to
no doubt.
deal
I
with
mean,
it.
I feel like gold would be very robust though.
Well, again, it's just this is
But
the only thing they have.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, to put in her knee.
Something like super hypoallergenic, like niobium or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Uh-oh. Chasing the kitty? Yeah. Nick's chasing kitty cats. There he goes. But overall, my mom, I'm still hoping and holding out. She's hanging tough, man. You know, she's just sticking with it as best she can.
Knee surgeries are bad. I've known a couple people have knee surgeries. They're not great.
No. And she's been dealing with this now for almost a year. And if I could legally get away with punching somebody, it would be that doctor. Because the negligence is criminal at this point. And she's going to seek legal action once she gets everything taken care of.
I mean, to be fair, if you look at the amount of malpractice deaths, that's the whole other thing. Just
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Doctors have a pretty high body count, as it turns out.
Yeah. All right. Well, y'all ready to get into this? I guess so. Let's go ahead and get to it.
I got the kitty.
I see that.
Harley Quinn, DC's fantabulous anti-hero.
Jinx, the loose cannon of League of Legends.
We live in a society that adheres to strict laws and norms, but these two ladies turn that system on its head with their wild enthusiasm for destruction and chaos.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Born to a middle-class family in the heart of Brooklyn, USA, Harleen Quinzel had long lived a life of mediocrity. She had embarrassing parents, annoying siblings,
And a high school life that sucked. Even more than, like, the normal ones.
she never quite felt like she fit in anywhere. But despite this, Harleen knew she was destined for greatness.
So, inspired by a childhood crush turned psychotic murderer, Harleen spent years training to be a world-renowned criminal psychiatrist, eventually traveling to Gotham City's infamous Arkham Asylum to research the most dangerous criminals on the planet, like Batman's arch-nemesis, the Joker.
But after analyzing the Joker and his horrific, unspeakable history as a homicidal clown and Jared Leto, she came to realize one truth.
The Joker was actually a misunderstood angel squashed down by an unjust society and wrongfully harassed by that son of a bitch Batman.
This was the first of the Joker's many manipulations, leading Harleen to see a warped reflection of herself through him, culminating in her breaking him out of prison, bleaching her skin via chemical vat baptism, and joining him on his life of crime, descending into love like madness and reborn as the fantastic Harley Quinn.
And she was packing plenty of tools of maniacal mayhem, including her iconic hammer, electric buzzers, and bombs of all shapes and sizes, like the dreaded banana cream pie, the most evil of all pie flavors.
When she wants to get around quickly, she can use her handy-dandy pogo stick, which she straps rockets to. That doesn't seem safe.
Speaking of unsafe, Harley's most versatile tool is her pop gun, a rotating revolver with special ammo rounds, like a boxing glove. Whoa!
Oh, close one.
And binding confetti. And did I mention explosive rounds, which... Oh no.
Oh, damn it.
My leg is gone. Oh, no. Oh, wait. There he was. I'm fine.
I'm gonna go.
Harley combines her arsenal with unparalleled gymnastic skills, making her far deadlier than your average criminal. She can even keep up with experts like Deadshot and Catwoman, even Batman at times. The peak human superhero that can dodge lightning and survive this alien device exploding, which obliterated multiple city blocks.
Yeah, I think that's stretching the term peak human just a bit. But hey, he's the goddamn Batman, so I'll allow it.
Unfortunately for Harley, despite her unwavering loyalty to the Joker, their honeymoon period did not last. He spent years abusing her, physically and emotionally, tearing her down piece by piece.
Then, when he got bored, he strapped her to a friggin' rocket and launched her halfway across Gotham City. Guess that's one way to say, no, it's not you, it's me. Bye!
Harley was left alone in the wreckage, abandoned by the one person she dedicated her entire life to.
Until fellow villain Poison Ivy came by. She nursed Harley back to health, literally healing her from a damaged relationship. Ivy even gave Harley a chemical concoction that granted her superhuman strength and a healing factor.
I suppose a healthy relationship can sometimes feel like your own superpower in and of
I didn't know
itself.
about that.
Yeah, and those two definitely seem like very good friends.
Nah, they've confirmed it multiple times. It's a whole thing, but
Which that never made sense to me because Poison Ivy hates humans now.
well, she hates most. Well, yeah, again, that's the whole thing with why the relationship never progressed was because like Poison Ivy literally gave up on the relationship to go be an eco warrior.
Not to mention, I thought anyone she kissed died.
That's only if she puts on the Venom lipstick.
Oh, okay.
It's
I thought it
that's
was just her
that's
lips in general.
well.
I mean,
depends on the.
if
like,
you gotta die,
a hot redhead, right?
Agreed.
But again, I remember this right here in the Batman animated series, and this right here is from the new Harley Quinn show.
And those two definitely seem like very good friends. Wink.
With Ivy at her side, Harley went on to rebuild herself as a famous anti-hero, leading teams like the Gotham Sirens and Suicide Squad. She worked on developing new skills, built around her own strengths rather than that of her past.
Like learning to use her lifelong knowledge of psychoanalysis to manipulate her foes mid-combat.
And creating tons of her own chemical concoctions, like tranquilizers and sleeping gases that can incapacitate metahumans. She even reverse-engineered her former flame's trademark Joker Venom. This deadly substance excites the laughter centers in a person's brain and forces them to laugh until they suffocate.
Harley was clearly on top of the world, but nothing caps off self-improvement like a Rocky Balboa training montage. So Harley went to Themyscira of all places to get a combat internship with the Amazons, just like her favoriteest superhero, Wonder Woman. And imagine going from bashing random goons in Gotham to fighting alongside immortal warrior goddesses.
She became agile enough to jump between skyscrapers and strong enough to rip an entire palm tree out of the ground with her bare hands. Based on the size of the tree and the weight of an average palm by foot, that weighs about 600 pounds. And she can hold it one-handed, so her actual strength is...
For those that don't know, by the way,
twice as
Harley
much.
Quinn is one of my
Enough to let the
waifus. So.
full-grown
That's fair. More than fair.
brown bear and throw it like a ragdoll. Hell, her skills advanced so far, she was appointed a herald on the war world Apocalypse. You know, the planet ruled by the living embodiment of evil? Even the actual personification of the DC editorial staff likes to call her in to help with tough jams.
As the years went on, Harley surprised literally everyone by transitioning from supervillain to superhero. She partnered up with other heroes, became a psychiatrist again, and legitimately started helping other vigilantes with trauma, like Jason Todd, who definitely needed that.
In fact, the Bat family she used to antagonize and ridicule eventually accepted her as kind of an extended member of their group, teaming up with her to save Gotham from her toxic ex. Good for her. Guess we're not going to talk about when she went back to the Joker a couple times, huh?
In the end, she may be a little nutty, but you'd be mad not to love Harley Quinn. The world of Runeterra is a wondrous fantasy land of advanced technology, arcane magics, and legendary champions. But on its northern shores are two cities locked in political turmoil. For decades, Piltover's rich elite have exploited the Undercity of Zaun, forcing workers into unsafe conditions and brutalizing the populace with terrifying police enforcers.
Oh, so like New Jersey. You could have just said New Jersey.
Until one day, a wild...
You know, I hate to say it, but yeah. Yeah. Pretty accurate.
God damn.
Pretty accurate.
loose cannon would literally explode onto the scene. She gave those uptight topsiders a taste of their own medicine, menacing its people with bombs, gunfire, and even more bombs. This was Jinx.
Jinx destroyed Zeppelins, Jumanji'd the shit out of the local zoo, and switched the street signs. What a monster! Now those monkeys will never find their way back.
Only the enforcer, Violet, could hope to stop her. But even armed with massive gauntlets weighing over 4,000 pounds each, Vi could not definitively overcome Jinx's magnificent arsenal of mechanical monstrosities.
Man, they're so evenly matched. It's almost like they're related.
Sisters.
Anyway, Jinx can
Yeah.
burst open birds with her trusty Zapper Shock pistol, turn enemies to Swiss cheese with her Pow Pow minigun.
Yeah,
and
from what I
blow
gather,
bad
basically
guys to
everybody in
bits
this
with her
game's
flame
related to
chopper
somebody
grenade.
else in
But
some way.
Jinx's favorite weapon is her
Not
Fishbone's
really,
rocket
but-
launcher. So much so, she rides it like
My
a
main
rocket
Kale has a
powered
sister
pogo
that's an
stick.
evil version
Well,
of her,
that seems
basically.
even
Huh?
Said my main that I played when I did play Kale, she has a sister that's an evil version that's also a character you can play as of her, basically. So
Well, I was gonna say there's Jace, one of the other main characters. He doesn't really have any siblings, but he does have people who he was raised with that are also like in the game and you can play as. But again, I don't know. I haven't played League enough to like know that much. Sorry.
less safe.
Well, don't let her manic attitude fool you. Not only is Jinx tough enough to take a hit from Braum, a guy who can shake mountains with a punch, but she's wicked smart. Almost all her gear is custom made. She's even recreated Hex Tech, funky science powered by magic crystals. Ooh.
Including her handheld teleportation device. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Is that League of Legends? What a coincidence.
Oh no.
Hold the phone. Are you talking about League of Legends over there? I love that game. I've got in more than 10,000 hours just in our college days, huh, buddy?
Who is that?
League
don't
of
know.
Legends is a multiplayer online battle arena game forged in the flames of LAN parties and salty gamer tears. Oh. And as any professional will tell you, to play the game well, you need to min-max your character's loadout with the best possible items.
Yeah, and the worst mistake you can make is being new. God, it's the midterms all over again. No, Boomstick, stay in your lane. What are you doing in the jungle? Stop it, feeder.
Jinx's ideal loadouts include Phantom Dancer, so she can phase through objects after landing a blow.
I'd like to phase out of this conversation.
Then there's the Quicksilver Sash, which protects her from status effects like sleep, paralysis, and poison. This includes forced actions, which make you do things you don't want to do. Hey, Boom, you want to pop into a match with your old Teemo from back in the day? I can set it up right now.
How about we move on to Arcane before I ram my foot up your ass?
Aww.
So, there's more to Jinx than what the main games depict. Before her infamous tomfoolery, most people around Zon knew her as an innocent young tinkerer named Powder.
Like pretty much everyone in the Undercity, Powder had it rough. She lost her parents in a conflict with enforcers, but had a bit of luck when she joined this cool foster family along with Vi, who was, gasp, her sister all along. If you're wondering what put soap in their opera, Vi was a total badass, and Powder was desperate to also prove herself to her newfound family. And then she made a mistake.
Seemingly abandoned, Powder was left in the hands of the most notorious drug kingpin around. Silco was not the father she needed, but the one she wanted, teaching her to turn her perceived weaknesses
looks like
into
somebody
her
from
greatest
Dishonored.
strengths. Thus, she
He's-
became Jinx.
Even when the sisters reunited years later, they couldn't fully reconcile, setting up the game of cat and mouse in the game.
Jinx was an excellent rival, able to keep up with other skilled warriors like the bullet-dodging Echo, and survive the worst of Zon's toxic environments, which can kill normal people in minutes. After a near-fatal explosion, she was also infused with Shimmer, a toxic strength and speed-enhancing drug that permanently altered her body's biochemistry.
But Shimmer's side effects intensified her prior trauma, making her much more unhinged and prone to attacking with lethal intent.
Inspiring her ultimate weapon, the Super Mega Death Rocket! This baby's been powered by both Hextech and its even more volatile cousin, Chemtech.
That's even more explosive! I forgot how much I appreciated the explodey options. Anyway, both Hextech and Chemtech are comparable in power to natural magic.
On par with what a badass mage like Lux is able to cast, such as Lucent Singularity, which can totally body these big old rocks.
Measuring their width with Lux's height, we can determine she destroyed almost 13,000 tons of rock from 30 meters away.
Promotional trailers show Mega Death Rocket matching the speed and power of Lux's Final Spark, a much more powerful attack that fires a Kamehameha of natural light.
So her rocket is not only super strong, but super fast. From powder to gunpowder, Silco couldn't be prouder.
But her violent streak grew grim until the day she met a particularly explosive Yordle. Ziggs bonded with her over their mutual passion for destruction, but his was more tempered, controlled. Thanks to his wisdom, Jinx learned a little bit of restraint when it came to exploding things of a more fleshy nature.
Helping her tone down the wanton violence and recover some of her mental stability, like he's some kind of feline brand Jiminy Cricket.
And despite being on opposite sides of the bridge, Jinx and Vi remain sisters, ultimately still caring about each other in their own way, even if they were at odds more often than not.
Though you better believe that when things get boring and uptight, Jinx will be there to shake things up.
This episode is sponsored.
Yeah. So let's see. Lo and behold, it's. Hold on. Hello.
What do you say, big boy?
It's Zach. How you doing, man?
Oh, I'm about half a bottle deep in a bottle of bourbon, so I'm all right.
Lucky.
Lucky you, man.
What are y'all doing?
We're just down here recording, man. Me, Micah, and Nick, we're all just down here having a blast.
Oh, damn. Well, tell them all I said howdy.
Well, they're. Oh, you're on speakerphone, so they can
What's
hear
up,
you.
man?
Howdy.
What do you say, fellers?
So, is that half a bottle going to turn into a whole bottle there?
Well, I'm already one bottle. You bum, just half a bottle deep in this new one.
Oh, Jesus,
damn.
man. You all right, man? What's...
Give you a call from your local redneck wanting to see what you're doing.
We're just down here just chilling, man. It's Micah's first time back since he's changed jobs and everything, so we're just chilling and doing our thing.
Oh, damn. Well, give me a call back whenever y'all are done and whatnot, or
Okay.
text me or whatnot. I was going to see if you wanted to get together and do something sometime.
Hey, man, we talked about, blowing some stuff up with some tannerite at one point. Figure we could like buy some watermelons or some stuff like that, hollow them out and fill them up with tannerite. See what happens.
Y'all do something. If it's winter or whatever, get the fuck out of here. We can finally do something.
I hear that. I think hopefully here soon, once March is over with, it'll start to turn towards being more hospitable.
Yeah. Well, I got about a week's vacation coming up as soon as Katie decides she wants to have his baby.
Well, I mean, she's almost there, so any day now, right?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, just give me a call back. I'll let you get back to recording. I was just calling the bullshit for a minute.
I hear you, dude.
All right, then. Y'all have fun. We'll see y'all.
See you later, man.
See you, big guy.
Later.
All right, bye.
Bye. God, man. Zach's had a bit of a rough one too. His dad had his dad's a diabetic, and the doctor gave his dad the wrong medication, and basically it caused his gallbladder to become infected, and it went gangrenous, and it was basically falling apart.
Was it this video or last video we had the conversation about doctors and some of them are just not good?
Yeah, it's this one. Okay. So yeah, his dad's been on this after having the surgery to have his gallbladder removed. He had a port put in for antibiotics and all that because the gangrene got into his system a little bit, and it's just been a whole thing. And thankfully he's doing better now, but again, just Zach going through that. Bless you. Plus, bless you again. Plus, having his now 3rd child, which him and Katie have talked about it, and Katie wants to have like 5.
Okay, I was going to ask. He knows what causes that, right?
Yeah.
Have a conversation with.
Yeah. We need to have a conversation with. Be like, Zach, you do realize what causes children, right? He's like, yeah. It's my daggone wife. She won't stop popping them out. If Katie were here right now, she'd probably smack me. But Zach and Katie, you know, they've got a good handle on, you know, their family life and all that. Plus, Ryder and Rayleigh are great kids.
Nobody needs more than 3 kids.
Tell that to Katie. Again, you know, it's just the whole thing with them. She just wants to have a bunch of kids.
I like kids,
Like
man.
my favorite comedian's got a bit on it. He's like, nobody needs more than 3 kids. You can't be a good parent to 5 kids. I know. It's mine. What is it? My grandma's a mother of 5, and there's 2 uncles we don't talk to.
Well, I mean, sometimes it's how it goes. But hey, my great grandma raised.
My mom
9
was in a
kids.
group of 6. There are 2 uncles we don't talk to. Like,
We talk to every uncle I know.
3's a good number.
But they may stop at 3. I don't know. But if they do, I guess, you know, that's a whole thing. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back into this.
.com/death battle.
Okay, so who you got?
I mean, I don't really have a dog in this fight because one character I don't know and one character I just think is kind of overrated.
Fair enough. Fair enough to think that way.
Sorry, big guy.
Fair enough to think that. I would say because of her healing factor, the strength, and also the her ability to survive massive explosions, I'd say Harley's got this.
yep, I'm going with Harley. Also because she's my waifu.
They kind of drop like little bits of info, and they seem pretty into like that like light beam from the other League of Legends character and how destructive it was.
Sorry, I just had to go back.
But
to
then
this.
again, I feel like they also showed her getting strapped to a rocket and surviving, so I wonder if that's equivalent. Because they always come out with some little factoid at the very end of like, oh, this was equivalent to however many tons of TNT. And she survived it.
Yeah.
So, you know. So
I don't know.
I think it's gonna be Harley because they're gonna come out with like the little rocket factoid at the end because they didn't tell how much that was, and that's gonna be the justification for surviving the measurement of the blast from Jinx's thing.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, I love Jinx.
Just for how these videos tend to go.
I mean, I love Jinx. I mean, her character development in Arcane is amazing, and also, you know, just everything else I've seen in terms of her playing ability is just really cool. But I think Harley's got this. I really do. All right, let's go. You going for Harley as well?
Yeah,
All right.
I'll say Team Harley.
So
I think that's how they're going to play it.
So a trifecta of Harley Quinn. Let's see if Quinn does in fact get the win. Here we go.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
All right.
And they say these games are rigged. What? Screw you, you emo pigeons! I'll show you a murder!
Leave the crows alone.
Oh, I just love exploding stuff. Heh, I like exploding stuff too. Why don't I start with your head?
Man, they got a high animation budget
Yeah,
for this one,
this-
didn't they?
I'm trying.
It's crazy good.
Ow. Ouch.
Look out! She's right behind you!
Aw, thanks, pal. Ah, traitor!
Oh.
You're a real firecracker. Got a light? Oh, sure thing.
she literally gonna spit the cigar out and kill Harley with it last minute?
Oh, that's good. There it is. To say that's not enough to kill Harley.
Got any games? No! My save file!
Uh-oh.
You made me die!
Oh, they broke it.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Uh-oh. House of Mirrors.
How you do that? To make up for it, I got you some nice perfume.
Ugh, smells like...
Uh-oh.
Take that back. I'm crazy. I am a doctor, and you ain't crazy. You don't have that same smile. I don't need a second opinion.
Oh!
The healing factor, you can't forget about that.
I don't know if I've ever seen her get that fucked up, though.
Don't you want to get in close and savor my emotions as you deliver the final kill? Nah,
Damn, really?
Man.
We were all wrong.
We were.
Damn.
Don't just stand there, Jinx. You just want a free teddy bear. What if it's Timbers?
This was a complicated fight with far more factors to consider than at first blush. Harley had more direct combat experience against superpowered beings, along with better training.
But Jinx's physical power, diabolical weaponry, and assortment of items were just enough to roast this Harley.
I don't think they ever mentioned
Harley
resistance to
lifting over
toxins
1,200
and
pounds is
venoms.
impressive.
Well, they did.
Did they?
Yeah, they did. They
missed that part.
resisted the toxic and the venom or toxins and venom.
That would have been my thing. That I would have been like, one of Harley's things is completely out. So,
Well, also the physically stronger, I don't know, because Harley, you know, the 600-pound tree right there.
Impressive.
I mean,
Jinx can compete with Vi, whose gauntlets weigh 8 times that in the game.
And Jinx can take hits from a guy who can shake mountains. A bit beyond Harley's level of strength.
Harley may have been more naturally acrobatic, but Jinx's hex tech and intangibility matched and outclassed that mobility. The teleporting tablet alone could control the entire fight, since Jinx could send herself or Harley just about anywhere.
And while Harley had a moderate healing factor, she's never regenerated entire body parts before. So a big enough kaboom would definitely kill her. And Jinx's weapons were strong enough to do just that. In order to destroy over 13,000 tons of rock from such a distance, Lux's magic explosion would need a yield of about 20 kilotons of TNT.
And Jinx's Hextech and Chemtech are similar to Lux's magic in speed and power.
Even if we scale Harley's durability to Batman surviving this massive explosion, the potency of Jinx's weaponry outpaces it more than 300 times.
Sure, Harley is legitimately intelligent, but so is Jinx, as evidenced by her inventions and routinely outwitting Vi and her task force. Plus, Jinx is typically distrusting of people she's just met, so Harley's potential mind games were likely to fall on skeptical ears.
Jinx was much more likely to shoot first and ask questions later.
Now, Harley still had her wide array of poisons and chemical agents, like the Joker Venom, which would kill most opponents in minutes. However, after living her whole life in the toxic cesspool of Zon, her tolerance for poisons is clearly much higher than a normal person. Not to mention, the Quicksilver Sash could simply end any unwanted effect on her. Ultimately, Harley couldn't stand up to Jinx's physical power, superior technology, or overwhelmingly explosive arsenal.
Harley clowned around only to get her bell rung by someone out of her league.
The winner is Jinx.
Was it going back to a previous thing that I mentioned? I think when we were watching the previous Kill the Justice League trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Yet again, like, I love Harley. She's one of my favorite characters in DC. She's one of my waifus.
Yes.
I think she's very underpowered to be leading the squad of people that she's leading.
Well, again, the Suicide Squad that
Especially versus the Justice League, which I feel like could all just end her with a snap of their fingers if they really wanted to.
yeah.
That was kind of like the issue with like the Batman versus Superman stuff. Like,
I mean,
the
It's
Batman
like
story,
Batman's beat her so many times, and she's just barely like, you know.
I mean, the Batman stories are almost always so much better when it's just Batman.
yeah, not in the rest of the DC continuum against like literal gods. I mean, again, Superman's powers are like omnipotence, you know, like all powerful, like unending. But my interest in him as a character basically is like dwindled, like to almost nothing. Whereas Batman, because of his humanity, makes him a much more interesting character.
Yeah, I've never liked Superman very much for that reason. He's just too
And-
OP.
And that's fine.
It's like basically, unless they outfit the whole Suicide Squad with like entirely kryptonite infused weapons, like what are they gonna do against Superman? You know, it's like they'll have to pretty much.
Not
It's
much.
just kind of dumb that it's like there's one specific thing that doesn't even exist on Earth technically that is his only weakness, and I'm just like lame.
lame. Yeah, I get that.
Interesting concept, not very interesting for storytelling.
Yes. And it's a lot like the whole thing with Saitama. You know, Saitama being like a literal one-punch man ends the fight in one punch. It's just, to me, with that...
But it works because it's not taking itself seriously.
With that, yeah, because it's literally taking the piss out of the entire superhero genre by literally just being like, hey, watch this. There. I killed the bad guy. I saved you 13 boring-ass episodes of him standing in place and screaming.
And not to mention, if you didn't have the supporting cast that you have in One Punch Man, if it was just Saitama,
yeah.
it probably wouldn't be very good.
Yeah, I mean, well, Genos, where he idolizes Saitama.
Genos is amazing. The guy from season 2 that was like trying to be a hero killer is amazing.
Garu, yeah.
Moomin Rider is amazing.
Oh, Moomin. If there was ever a hero...
Old guy is amazing. Like,
Vang,
the two sisters are amazing. Like, the supporting cast is just fucking amazing.
Well, again, if there was a character in that series that I could choose to give give superpowers to, it'd be Moomin Rider. Because he deserves it. Because he works his ass off.
He deserves it, but at the same time, would he be as interesting of a character if he suddenly had his own powers? Like,
here's the thing, though, in terms of like what he does, I think maybe he could be, but at the same time, I think it's just from his struggle is what provides the most character depth. I don't know. Anyway, so
just someone who has the heart to basically like have no powers but try their best to help.
Yeah.
And, you know, support the people that do have the powers where he can, essentially. Like, just, you can't deny the guy's heart, basically.
No, you cannot. Not for a single second. All right, well, I think that's going to do it, everybody. That was the death battle. Harley Quinn versus Jinx, Batman versus League of Legends. Let us know what you all think in the comments down below. And if you want to see more from Death Battle, feel free to click their name in the title of the video. If you want to see more from us, feel free to subscribe. Feel free to leave a like. And until next time, everybody, I'm Nate.
Micah.
I am Nick.
See you later, everybody. Peace.